Welcome to Simply Stylish DIY, where we take ordinary to extraordinary. Hey y'all! Welcome back to Simply Stylish DIY. Today we will be making 3 pastel DIYs using soft colors that will add a touch of whimsy to your Easter decor. I think you're going to love today's DIYs. Without further ado, let's get to crafting. DIY number 1, Easter egg tree. Okay, for this DIY, you'll need one of these styrofoam cones from Dollar Tree, a pack of the pastel styrofoam eggs, also from Dollar Tree, some paint, a sponge brush, a wood disc, and a piece of chunky yarn. To start this DIY, we're going to take this acrylic paint. I chose the color pink polish. Choose any color of your choice, and I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of that on this wood disc. I think I picked this up at Michael's for about $1. Once you get a nice coat on that, we're going to set that over and let it dry so we can finish up the tree itself before we glue that onto the base. We're going to take these ornaments from Dollar Tree. We're going to pull out the little ribbon hanger. Once you get those pulled out, we're going to take our scissors and cut those in half. I was going to use my X-Acto knife, and I've done that before, but it's a little bit easier just to take your scissors and snip them in two. It doesn't matter if they're equal or not because we're just going to take those and glue them on to our tree. Just go ahead and finish up cutting that whole pack apart, and then we're going to take those and put on our tree in just a little bit. Next, I'm going to take this piece of chunky yarn. I had this left over from another craft that we did, so I'm going to take it and take this styrofoam cone, put a little bit of glue here at the bottom, and just start wrapping it in like a swirl up to the top. And every few wraps, you're going to put some more hot glue just to make sure that it is adhered to the cone good. Just put some hot glue, hold it until you get to the next layer. Wrap it some more and put some more hot glue until you get to the top. Okay, once you have your entire tree wrapped in your yarn, we're going to take those half eggs, put some hot glue on the back, and go ahead and start sticking those just sporadically on the tree, just turning them opposite ways and kind of mix your colors up so you don't have the two colors the same side by side. Okay, I went ahead and took some striped ribbon that I had from a previous DIY, just tied a bow, actually tied 2 of them, and then I took one of these sticks that has a pointed end and wrapped the wire from the pipe cleaner around it, secured it with some hot glue, and therefore we made a tree topper. I went ahead too and took 2 buttons out of my stash in this blue color, and I'm going to put those in the middle just to give them a little bit of pop of color. Okay, I put those bows on this stick with the pointy end, so we're going to put just a little bit of hot glue in the top of the tree, there where the yarn swirls, and we're going to take that pointy end and press it down through the glue, therefore it will adhere inside and you can have your tree topper be permanent. Okay, I went through my stash and looked for some buttons that matched the eggs. I pulled out a few in all the different colors, and we're just going to take those and hot glue them between the eggs sporadically so it just gives a little bit of a whimsical touch. Next, we're going to take that base that we painted first after it dries, and we're going to put some hot glue on the top of it there, and then we're going to set our tree that is decorated now on top of that. Okay, here's your finished product. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. It's a little bit different than the traditional Easter egg trees. I thought this was really pretty as a addition to like a soft decor aesthetic. I hope you like making this too. DIY number 2, gray yarn floral bunny with fabric ears. Okay, for this DIY, you'll need one of the Dollar Tree bunny wreath forms. You'll also need some material of your choice, some chunky yarn of your choice, and also some florals. I chose several here. I wasn't exactly sure which ones I would use, so I just put a mixed bunch together, and then we'll decide once we start to make it. Okay, I had bought this Mainstays chunky yarn at Walmart, and I didn't know what I was going to do with this gray color, so I thought it would be adorable to make this bunny in gray. Next, we're going to find the end of the yarn. We're going to take it around the base there at the round part, put a little bit of hot glue here and fold it over, pinch it together, You can also tie it in a little knot here if you would prefer instead of gluing it, but this way just worked better for this DIY. We're going to take it and start wrapping it around the round part of this form. I went ahead and cut off a large chunk of it because I didn't want to have to pull the whole skein through each time. So you're going to wrap it a few times, then add some hot glue, and every 4 or 5 wraps add you some more hot glue just to make sure that it's secured all the way around. Okay, after you get the entire circle wrapped, you're going to go ahead and take it to the back side. Snip that little bit that you have left off, put some hot glue there on the tip, press it in, and let it dry. We're going to start the ears next. Same thing here, we're going to cut off a long string and see if we have enough, and if we don't, we can patch it as we go. But we're going to do the same thing we did there. We're going to take it around, pinch it together with the glue, and then also you want to go ahead and glue it to the circle part for the head, and then just start wrapping it around, taking it in and out and around, and putting a little bit of glue every few wraps. Okay, you're going to wrap that until you get to the bottom. These ears are a little bit tight, so you can, where they're wire, you can just pull them apart a little bit while you are finishing wrapping it until you get to finished up on that ear. Then you're going to start the next ear just the way you did the last one. Just pinch it together. Make sure that you hot glue it to the base of the round part you've already wrapped, and just wrap it till you get all the way to the other side and you get that finished up. Go ahead and snip it. Same thing we did earlier, turn it around and hot glue it to the back side. I picked up this fat quarter at Walmart. I thought it was really cute with the gray background with the little white bunny with the pink. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with it when I picked it up, but once I saw that with the gray yarn, I thought it would be a cute DIY to put this together. I had this piece of foam board left over from another DIY, so we're going to use it to make the back of the bunny's ears, and we're going to put that material over that. So we're going to take one of the ears, lay it down on it. I just took a pencil here and traced out the inside of the ear, and then you're going to take an X-Acto knife or anything you want to and cut that out. Just make sure that you go on the outer edge of your line so it's a little bit bigger so we can hot glue it to the back of the ear. After you get that one cut out, you're going to take it, lay it on the board, and you're just going to trace out that ear so they can be the same size. And go ahead and take your X-Acto knife or whatever cutting device you use and cut that out a little bit bigger than the line. Just make sure again that you have that to put on the back side of the bunny's ear and have enough room. Next, we're going to lay out our material to see which part we want to cut out. I should have ironed it because it has the creases from being folded, but that really is not going to matter because once we put the glue on and press it out real tight, it's going to pull those wrinkles out anyway. But if you want to iron it before this step, go ahead and do that. I cut out 2 pieces the same size, so therefore we can have one for each ear. Next, we're going to take some hot glue and just run you some zigzags and cover up the front of that foam ear. Lay the material over it and take your fingers and pull it really taut. Press out those creases, and you won't even see where it should have been ironed to begin with. Once you have that front side completely pressed out with the wrinkles and stuck on it good, you're going to flip it over, put some glue on the edges, and then just start taking the side pieces and pulling it up, kind of folding it over. Take your thumb and press it down. And the same thing, just put a little glue, pull it up real tight, and therefore it'll just be more taut on the front side. When you get to the edge that you have left, just take it, put a little glue inside and fold it up. Press it down until it dries, and then that ear is completely finished. Repeat the same thing for that second ear. Put in the glue on the front, pulling it real taut, and kind of wrapping the back up like a package, and you're finished with the second ear. Next, we're going to take those ears. We're going to turn your frame upside down because we're going to be placing these on the back side of the frame that's wrapped. You're going to take the ears, make sure that they line up before you glue them on, and make sure that you just put the glue here on the main edge because that's the only part that we're going to want to stick, so it does not have the glue sticking through to the front side. Just make sure that you put it closest to the edge as you can get it, holding it there in the middle so you don't burn yourself, and then take it and press it down, hold it until it dries so it can adhere to all the sides. Do the same thing for the second ear, holding it down, and then there is your ears put in there with the material. I think they look adorable. We're not going to stop there. I wanted the pink in the material to pop, so we're going to take a piece of pink chunky yarn and we're going to kind of put it around just to see how big of a piece we're going to need. Cut that after you get the size. Then we're going to take our hot glue, take it to the main inside edge there, and run it along, and then take that piece of pink and tuck it kind of underneath it, and it'll stick out, but it won't cover up all your material, so your seam is not blocked. And do that all the way around. And then when you get to the bottom there, just tuck it in. If you need to cut off a little tail more, just cut it off and glue it in, taking your fingers and pushing that to the inside. Repeat the same thing for the second ear, putting that pink yarn in there too. Okay, next we're going to put a flower crown on our bunny. I chose this lamb's ear. We're going to just take a couple of the leaves off and see how many we're going to need. I go here on the bottom so the leaves are a little bit bigger because they get smaller as we go up. I wanted to put a few out, kind of position them the way I was going to lay them. I chose this pink flower to go in the center, and then I looked through my stash, found these white roses. I went ahead and clipped those off too, so I could put one on each side of the pink. And then we're just going to play with them and arrange them into different ways till we see how we want to put the lamb's ear in there. Tucking it around, and then once we get the position that we like, we're going to start gluing that in. Once you have everything laid out the way you want it, go ahead and start putting the glue in. I went ahead and cut some more lamb's ear just to put around the flowers, just to give it a pop of color and some dimension. Okay, here's your finished product. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. I think it looked really pretty, all the colors we put together with the grays and pinks. I know it's not usually traditional Easter colors for this, but I thought it blended well together. This would be great to give as a gift. You could leave this up any time of the year and put it in a baby's room. It would be adorable in a playroom, a nursery, a school. The choices are unlimited really, and you could change the colors to match your own decor. DIY number 3, Easter placemat pillow. I think you're going to love how simple and quick this DIY is. All you're going to need is a placemat and also a bag of filler or an old pillow. Okay, this placemat came from Big Lots. I know that Dollar Tree has finally got in their spring placemats, but when you go to look for a placemat, if you want to make a pillow with it, make sure that it is the double layer so you can pull the back and front apart. I know the ones from Dollar Tree have the front and back, and they're not usually ironed together. This one was ironed together, so I just taken my fingers here and pulling apart where it was ironed down, so we will have a place to put our stuffing. Next, I'm going to take this seam ripper and I'm going to go to the edge and rip probably about a 3 to 4 inch hole, and then we're going to go ahead and seal that back once we get our stuffing put in. Just rip as much as you need to stick your hand in. I had this bag of stuffing that I had used to put around a Christmas village, so I'm just going to use it to stuff this placemat to turn it into our pillow. You can also use an old pillow that you have that you're tired of on your bed that you want to just take out the inside, but any way that you want to get for the fluff is perfectly fine. Okay, we're just going to take some gobs of the stuffing, and we're going to start in the furthest corner that you can. Go ahead and grab a gob of it, stick it in that hole that you used with the seam ripper, packing it there in the corners. Once you have the pillow filled up to the place that you like, we're going to take that hole that we made with our seam ripper and use to fill it. we're going to take our fingers, kind of pinch it together, and if you sew, this would be a great place that you can sew it back together. If you want to just stitch it up, that would be great. But I'm just going to hot glue it together. You can buy hot glue for fabric. I'm just going to use my regular hot glue. If you do buy the hot glue for fabric, you need to go ahead and probably buy one of the small hot glue guns to go with it, so it's not switched in and out. But I'm just going to take that, squeeze it together, and put some hot glue, run it around the edge there, and pull it taut. Just line it up and squeeze it together, and then here I'm showing the edges. You can't even see where it was opened up and stuffed. Okay, here's your finished product. I hope you enjoyed this really quick and fun, easy DIY. You can buy any kind of placemats and fill them up with stuffing, and you'll have something new to put out for each season. Thanks for crafting along with me today. I hope you enjoyed these pastel Easter DIYs. If you did, please like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any upcoming crafty content. Also, leave me a comment down below to say hi and let me know which one of today's DIYs was your favorite. Until next time, happy crafting! I enjoyed our time together. Thanks for watching. I linked another video here for more crafting inspiration. Be sure to check it out. Have a great day.